I'm back with the makeup tutorial, I guess. Since it's been a while, I have had people request, and by people I mean my friends that watch the videos that know me in real life. They've asked for more detailed tutorials, so I'm going to do a foundations series. So I'm going to start with my foundation and what I do on the daily. I haven't been liking a heavier coverage foundation lately. It is just about somewhere in Florida. Sometimes my Philadelphia comes out and I say Florida and like Farhead and Wooder. Anyway, enough with that tangent. So I'm going to do the foundations of makeup that I do. So this first video is going to be my everyday foundation tutorial. So the first thing that I do, my skin's pretty dry right now, so I'm going to take my Fix Plus and just spray it on my face. It has glycerin in it as well, so it's great to put on before your makeup because it's gonna help the makeup stick to it. And then the next thing I'm going to, oh, that's really bright. There we go. I'm going to use the MAC Strobe cream. I have it in Goldlite. They did come out with multiple colors now. I'm just gonna take like a pea-sized amount. I like to have really glowy skin even though I have really dry skin. So it takes a lot of work to get it that way. I'm just gonna like dot that all over my face. My hands are clean. I'm not like smearing my own bacteria into my face. There, you're done. Next thing I'm gonna do, I just like to take a beauty blender. This is actually Real Techniques complexion sponge. And I'm just patting that in everywhere. Also, I'm really sorry my lips are like stained. They're stained from the Too Faced melted lipstick I was wearing earlier, so there we go. You can already see that the skin is dewier. You can see all of my acne scarring on this side, acne scarring on that side. I've got some breakouts going on right now. I have been getting facials done every 6 weeks, and they've been really helping. The next thing I'm going to do is I am shaking up my foundation. There we go. I'm using the MAC Face and Body in C4. Face and Body is a water-based foundation. It is great for summer here. I like it because it's transfer proof and it's not heavy and it doesn't like, when you start to sweat throughout the day, it doesn't like run down your face. So I'm just jabbing that on in the areas that I have the biggest problems first, and then bringing it around. Using a brush will give you even heavier coverage. I'm really lazy, so I'm just going in with a sponge. And the great thing about Face and Body is, even though my skin tone has been changing because I've been in and around the sun, C4 is like the darkest that I get. I'm not quite there yet, but it's still not that big of a difference. And you can see I use the back of my hand with my makeup on it. I'm gonna go over that pimple that I have. I'm not too concerned with it though. I have been wearing less and less coverage lately. Let me go over my lips. And just owning my skin. I just don't like the way that it feels to wear a full coverage foundation. I'm letting that dry a little bit. Oh, it's so glowy. I'm just like looking at the reflection. Okay, I'm gonna go back in. What I'm doing right now is just putting more product over the spots that are the worst spots and letting it sit there for a second so that it has a chance to set. And then I'm going to go around the edges. Hopefully it gives me enough coverage. And I'm very lightly dabbing it because I don't want to really move that coverage. And now I'm pressing on it harder because I'm depositing more from the other side. The tip is where I had all of my product. Okay, there we go. So that is what I do for the first step of coverage. And then I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. This is in light neutral. I do really bad dark circles under my eyes, but I'm just concentrating it on the inner corner Not gonna swipe it the whole way out. Put a little on my lids. Oh. One way to look really attractive. And I am gonna go in with a brush. I'm using the MAC Duo Fiber Brush, the 286. And I'm just gonna work that in. And I am gonna go over it with my Beauty Blender, but I wanna concentrate most of the product here. And then I'll go through and pick up the excess, because it is a very high coverage. This is a look. Okay, I'm just going over my eyes. And in the summer here, I don't use as much powder products. So I'm not gonna set my whole face. It's just how my skin is. I am very dry, so it loves all the moisture. I am gonna set just right on the inner corners of my eyes. So to set the inner corners, I'm using the Besame Translucent Brightening Violet Powder. It usually has a sifter in the top, but as you can see, I took it out. I like to go ham with some products, and I don't like when the sifter's in the way, so I just popped it out. I'm gonna use what's in the lid on a highlighter brush from Sigma. It's their pointed highlighter brush, but it lets me get right into the corners. I'm not gonna bake or anything. You can see it does add some brightness. Purple corrects any sallowness of the skin. And you can see that I still have a little bit of redness showing through. I'm just taking whatever's left on my brush and tapping it right there, and then I'll put my foundation down. I got it. Take just a touch more foundation. There we go. I'm gonna set the eyes with the brightening powder too. Just whatever's left on the brush. That'll help me later when I put some eyeshadow on, if I put some on. Some days I don't, other days I do. Then I'm gonna go in with my, where is it? This, I don't really contour every day anymore. I do add some bronzing powder because I am, try to get my hair behind my ear and I'm like sticking my finger in my ear. I am adding my favorite like sun-kissed powder because I have been getting really tan lately. This is the MAC. It is dirty. I like dropped nail glue or something on it. Give Me Sun Mineralize Skinfinish. Like, I am almost out. I'm gonna have to replace it. And I'm using the Zoeva contouring flat paintbrush. It's called the Luxe Face Paintbrush. And I am gonna just put it where I would contour, but this isn't contouring. Like, it's just a little bit of sun-kissed on the forehead. Notice how I stopped myself and didn't say firehead. But as you can see, I'm just bronzing with it. Like, I'm not contouring. Okay, that's it. That is my everyday, like, natural foundation. You can go in with, like, spot concealing. I should, but I don't want to. I just don't want to wear heavy makeup. Yeah, so that's the first step. And then next week, I will be back with another booze video on Wednesday, and then on Friday I will show you how I do my brows. Because brows are important, and I judge people's brows.